A financial blow could be coming against the Islamic State militant group. The United Nations Security Council has adopted a plan to cut off Islamic State's outside funding. That revenue is believed to be in the hundreds of millions. Measures such as asset freezing, travel bans, and arms embargoes will be taken. Earlier, we spoke to our correspondent Li Ling Tan in New York, who told us the significance of this resolution.
This resolution is a significant step because it refocuses and intensifies efforts to disrupt ISIL's funding ability and block it from the international financial system. We know ISIL has several revenue streams in place: oil smuggling, extortion, kidnapping for ransom, the trade in weapons, humans, and cultural artifacts that it hasn't destroyed. The U.S. Treasury, in fact, estimated in 2014 that ISIL had about $500 million in its coffers. And that's why one of the messages that kept coming up this session was that money is ISIL's biggest vulnerability. It has to be stopped from accessing funds and spending that money. And this resolution does two things to address developments on that front. The first is it singles out ISIL among the different terrorist groups by acknowledging ISIL as a separate and distinct entity from Al-Qaeda. Now, this is a technicality, but an important one. Up until this point, ISIL has been under the sanctions, the UN sanctions system, but contained within Al-Qaeda. If you remember, ISIL had spun off from Al-Qaeda several years ago. But now that sanction system, that sanctions list has been renamed as the ISIL and Al-Qaeda sanctions list, showing that the Security Council is acknowledging ISIL as at a level of threat that is equal or perhaps even as high or higher than Al-Qaeda. Now, the second development, the second important move with this resolution is that it calls on member states to do more. Some member states have been lagging behind in implementing asset freezes or criminalizing the funding of terrorist groups or the support of funding the support of terrorist groups. And this resolution calls on them to do more. For the first time in UN history, finance ministers were here at the UN headquarters to adopt this resolution, showing solidarity among individuals, top dogs within their governments, who have the financial and technical know-how to counter ISIL where it could really hurt the source of their money. Li Ling Tan, CCTV, New York.